Stay there. Stay there. This is very important. Hello, this is Michele Knight, and this is all about Aquarius. Don't be bored, Kiki. Aquarians are actually fascinating. Anyway, Aquarius, you are ahead of your time. They say this is the age of Aquarius, and you have special skills and magical powers to be a visionary in this time. You're one step ahead of the game. In fact, when you were at school or when you were younger, people might have found you a bit strange or eccentric because you don't like to conform. You like to do your own thing. You think your own thing. And actually, people who did poo-poo you in the past, 5 years down the line, you could turn around and go, I told you so, because you really are that far ahead. However, you won't be bothered to say I told you so, because you're on to the next thing. You have brilliant ideas. You are here to look at the world and come up with brilliant ideas. And if you didn't, who would? In fact, all of us evolve by some bright spark coming up with a new idea and thinking something out of the box. And your soul is programmed to do that. Never doubt yourself. Never let anyone tell you that you're strange or you shouldn't think different thoughts. That is the magic, joy and beauty of you. You refuse to fit in. And the other fabulous thing about you is you have a huge humanitarian heart. You want justice in the world. You want equal rights for everybody. You understand that we are all equal and we are all divine parts of the whole. All of us are special and unique. And you can't bear to see an underdog getting beaten or people bullying. You will always stand up and stand your ground and say, no, this is unjust. Sometimes that makes you unpopular because if you're in a clique or with a group of people and somebody gossips or says something, you'll always say, hang on a minute, that's not fair. But that again is the brilliance and beauty of you, and what makes you such a wonderful human being and such a valuable member of society. Even if you're not understood now, you're doing a great job because you are a seeker and speaker of truth, and that's essential in our society. If you are in love with an Aquarius, it can be a bit of a tricky path. The thing about Aquarius is they are the sign of friendship. They love their friends. They see the whole world as their friends. They're very open to friendship. But sometimes if you're in a relationship with them, you can think, am I their friend or am I their lover? They're very much a free spirit. You can't really pin them down. You certainly can't control them or make them do what you want or fit them into a little box. They're never going to be the good little woman at home doing the washing up or the big macho man that's just going to play that one role. They're very complex, beautiful beings that want to explore the world, that want to have adventures, that want to talk about philosophy and the meaning of life and how they can change the planet, or whatever that they're fascinated by. They have to explore, and it's always different ideas. They're never going to be just into one thing. Even if they're a politician, they'll have other topics that they want to talk about, and they're fascinated by people. If you're the jealous sort and you're involved in Aquarius, you might be ripping your hair out because they're always really earnestly talking to other people and fascinated by what makes people tick. This is not personal to you. If you really love an Aquarius, you'll let them be a free spirit. You will allow them to be untamable, and you'll respect the fact that they are a genius and they come up with wacky ideas, or they may dress wacky, or they may do things that other people don't do. That's the joy. That's what makes it exciting about being in love with Aquarius. Okay, they can be a bit emotionally detached. They don't think with their emotions, they think with their mind. But their mind is very pure and their soul is very pure. But it can be frustrating because if you're feeling something or you're reacting to something in a sensitive way, they can talk to you very logically and you're like, but I'm feeling this pain. And they don't react to that in a way that is common. However, they are very fair and unbiased. So it's a challenge, but it is a real joy to be in love with the genius that is Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, if you're in love, you have to understand that not everyone's like you, that everybody is complex. And while you may be intellectually right, emotional depths, there's a Freudian slip. Emotional depths can be very confusing for other people. It's very rarely that you are washed away by your emotions. But in a way, that's bad news for you, because if you suppress your emotions or you're not in touch with them, there can come various points in your life where you're completely exhausted, worn out, can't go on, and you don't understand why. So it's important for you to understand, to always stop And don't be in your head and don't rush forward, but go deep within your heart and think, what am I feeling? Get in touch with your body, meditate, do some chakra meditation to open up your heart chakra. And you'll find that when you connect to your emotions, your life is much smoother. You are a genius. You are here as a visionary. Write down your ideas, pin down your ideas, and try, if it's possible, to stick to one idea at a time, and you will do very well. There is so much you can achieve. You are a magician, you are an alchemist, and you have huge potential. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.